on the back deck with Night Danger. Put the umbrella up to get the sun off me so I can zero in without sweating while I talk a little bit about rules light games and new game masters. I like rules light games. I like them a lot. But consistently, when I see them recommended or reviewed, I'll see a comment that I think is inaccurate. This game is simple. The rules fit on 6 pages, and you can just pick it up and play it. Awesome for a new GM. No, it is not. It is not awesome for a new GM. A new GM should be playing a game where all the typical player activities and procedures are covered mechanically. Something with a medium crunch, not so much that they'll be overwhelmed, but enough that they are not forced to improvise too much. When I started running, and I've been running for the same group of guys, or playing with them at least, for about 10 years. And when I started, I needed all of those rules. I needed the crunch, and I needed players who knew the rules reasonably well to help me stay on the rails. Not plot rails, but to be consistent and have the game run properly. Because I had not internalized the skill of running the game. I had not built the muscle memory needed to improvise well. And I think this is the crux of it. New game masters don't know what they're doing. And if you recommend them a rules-light game, everything that's not covered by the rules has to be improvised. And if they don't have the prerequisite base set of skills to improvise, you're asking them to be a game designer right when they're starting, as a brand new person, or an inexperienced person at the very least. And this is just, no other hobby or skill would recommend this. If you're a musician, you don't start by soloing. You might noodle around in your room, but when you're playing with other people, you focus on the fundamentals. You learn songs. You drill scales and fundamental posture, technique. And when all of that theory, which you'll hear a lot of amateur musicians complain about theory, but until you internalize the theory and the technique such that it is second nature, improvisation will always be a chore, and it'll always be unsatisfying. We should be recommending new game masters games that don't ask them to be excellent right out the gate. And I think a lot of people, when they make RPG videos, when they recommend games, they're doing so from a position of experience. They look at a rules-light game and they say, wow, I could run this, pick up and play, no problem. And the rules won't get in the way of my instincts and skill as a game master. But that instinct and that skill is not present in a new game master. I think I got my point across here fairly coherently. And I might follow up with a little bit of a more in-depth analysis with maybe a couple examples of some games that I like from varying degrees of crunch. But for the time being, I don't want to just repeat myself and talk in circles. So it's a nice little short visit with Night Danger. Maybe enjoy your afternoon or evening or morning or whatever time you're watching this. Maybe a cup of coffee. Take it easy. And before you recommend, whether this is RPGs or anything else, before you recommend something to someone, ask yourself, do they have their fundamentals down enough that they could enjoy this the way that it's best enjoyed? Or should they start on something with more guardrails, with more training wheels, to get them to a place where they can handle being put on the spot? Yeah. Don't ask newbies to take solos all the time. This musical analogy and this beautiful sunny day is brought to you by me, Night Danger. Have a lovely afternoon, or it's afternoon here. Have a lovely whatever, and I'll see you all later.